What is happening, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live talking about this upcoming DraftKings MMA slate for tomorrow. I'm excited about this UFC Vegas 28 breakdown. I'm only going to go over a few fights. I'm going to go over my favorite fights of the night on who I'm targeting from a betting perspective and a DK perspective. So, like I said, I'm not going to go over all 14 fights because we know some of them are going to be scrapped. So I wanted to go over my top 3 fights of this slate, which is giving you all my 3 out of the 6 core that I'm running tomorrow. So before we begin, always hit the like button for me. Definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. Helps me a ton, as y'all know. And let's go over my top 3 fights. First one of the night will be Tybura versus Walt Harris. So this is a good fight. This is a really great fight, in my opinion. So coming into this fight, it's the co-main event. You have Tybura at 8,700 and you have Harris at 7,500. So Harris is coming off of 2 losses, which, I mean, he's been fed to the wolves. If you look at these losses, it's Andrei Volkov, Overeem, Oleinik, Spivak, Arvalsky, Spitz, Verdum. These are really tough fights that he's gone through. He looked good against Oleinik, obviously. Then Overeem fight, he didn't look so great in. The significant strikes weren't there for him. And then the Volkov fight, we know how that went. So, we know the storyline for him was the last fight was about his family, which we won't go too much dig into that. So, but Harris, on the other hand, he has good hands. That's what I like to see, is with the hands that he brings to the table, he'll be able to try to outstrike Tybura. Harris is going to go for that first round knockout, which he's going to swing for the fences and be aggressive. But when it hits the second and third round, that's where I'm worried. The cardio is not there for him. He tends to slow down. So the pace is really going to need to be in his favor, along with the striking, going for the heavy hitting. On the flip side, though, Tybura is a man amongst men. I love him. I love Marcin Tybura here. I think Tybura is going to outstrike Harris. I think if Tybura can outlast in the second and third round, this is his fight to win. He's going to get the volume there for you. The accuracy of his punches is all there for you. He has amazing hands. I love Tybura. I think this is his chance to finally, he's on the come up. Rothwell, Grisham, Spivak, Hardy. He is ready to go. I think Tybura takes this fight, and I'm locking and loading Marcin Tybura here. Next fight that I'm going to go to is Baeza fight. So let's talk about the Baeza fight. Miguel Baeza. The reason why I want Baeza is because if you remember Ponzinibbio, he did not look good last fight. He was rusty, coming off a 2 to 3 year layoff. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So this is not a bad fight. Pons is still coming in. Is coming back in after all the ring rust, and I don't know how he's going to play out in this fight. That's my only issue. He's still shaking off the ring rust, which was pretty apparent after we saw him in the G-Lang fight. So Baeza as a striker, and the ability that he's going to bring to the table is what I love to see. I love him basically bringing the intense heat to this match. I love that he's showing promise. I love that he's on the come up in the UFC trying to push him. I want Baeza at 8,300 here. I love the betting odds that you can get on him, and I love the DraftKings price you can get on him. And then, obviously, the last fight that we're going to go over is going to be the main event. Sakai versus Rosenstruck, which, if y'all haven't checked out my YouTube, basically on YouTube I did an interview with Rosenstruck not too long ago before his last fight. So if y'all want to check that out, that's in my UFC Fighter Interviews tab on my YouTube channel. So it'd definitely be awesome if y'all check that out. But anyways, the main event, Rosenstruck at 8,200 versus Sakai at 8,000. This is the main event. My boy Rosen is back, and like I said, he just didn't look good last fight. He looked slow. He looked not ready for that fight. But I think this is a different story for him. I think he's going to come in hungry in this fight. I think he's going to show the UFC why he belongs here still. And I think that this is a heavyweight bout that he's really going to want to take over. Sakai, yes, he has game. Yes, he has power, but he's slow with the punches. That's my only issue. The volume is not there. Sakai is durable, and Rosenstruck is going to have to one-hit knock him out. So, in my opinion, I'm taking Rosenstruck. I love him here. I'm ready for him to fight, and I'm locking and loading him. So, these are my 3 fights that I'm locking and loading. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Have a great and safe rest of your night.